Hey guys, well, welcome back. We appreciate you guys tuning in. As you can see, I'm standing in the RV. It's been a long time since we made a video. As many of you that do watch our channel and come across these videos, it's just been real busy. We just got back from a huge trip. Took a while to plan and a lot of work we did to the RV, getting just getting set up for the trip to go. But today I want to make a video about our Riverstone. We've had some ups and downs with the Riverstone. I've had some great things I like about it. A lot of things that I wish that Riverstone would have done differently. I love the materials they use in these Riverstones. They put some really good appliances like you see behind me. I mean, these are residential appliances. The microwave, dishwasher, everything is just top of the line. Some things are on more the cheaper side. Probably my biggest complaint with the RV that I've stressed, if you've watched some videos, you've seen some stuff that we've already done, with how the quality and how things are installed in the RV. That's probably my number one complaint about the RV. Other than that, we absolutely love the RV. Would I buy another Riverstone? Absolutely. I don't think there's an RV manufacturer out there that makes an RV that is bulletproof. I know there's some high-end ones, but even with the high-end RVs, they're all using the same components. They're all buying the components from Lippert, Moride. I mean, everybody's using the same stuff. How it's executed during installation, that's really the only variable. So with that being said, those who have never watched the video, and this is your first video, we own a 2024 Riverstone. It's a 4513 DST. It is a toy hauler. I'll walk you around a little bit and show you. We're in the garage space right now. As you can see, the garage space is still usable behind me. And we're getting ready to make some really big changes in the RV. We had, I won't get into any personal financials with our RV. We bought this RV. We went down to the Tampa show in 2023, I think it was, or 23 or 24 year. I guess it was 23. We put an order in for it. We picked it up in 2024. This was a brand new RV for 2024, this floor plan. This floor plan, to my knowledge, is no longer available. They made it 2 years, the 2024 year and the 2025 year. This particular coach or RV is painted with full body paint, and it is the Orange Crush paint. Like I said, I don't know that they're bringing this floor plan back. I've been told this was a short run of this floor plan. So with that being said, we bought a toy hauler thinking that we would carry more stuff, as many of us RVers do. We always, we tend to want to think that we'll take everything we own with us, for all those unexpected, want to do moments, fishing gear, kayaks, motorcycles. I mean, there's just not enough room to carry everything. And I think we kind of got swept up in that of all the things we could carry, all the toys we could carry, all the gear we could carry. And it's just not the case. You end up carrying so much unnecessary stuff. And it seems like you carry every lawn chair. You're carrying your grills, multiple grills, propane tanks. I mean, just a plethora of just overstock. I mean, we have tables and chairs in the basement that we rarely even pull out. We have a solo stove that we rarely pull out because most campgrounds have a fire pit or have a ring, or they won't allow you to have a campfire. A lot of campgrounds, especially if you travel out of state, there's a lot of cross-contamination with insects and funguses and things that from state to state. Anyway, I won't get into. I'm getting off topic here of why I'm making this video. So we decided to sell this RV. We did list this RV for sale. We were going to trade it in and go back to our original plan, and we were going to get a Riverstone Legacy Edition, a 421 FK. Riverstone has made some great improvements on some of their materials they've installing. They're putting like fiberglass roofs, electronic dump valves. They're really putting a lot of nice features into these RVs now that weren't in this RV when we bought it, or weren't available when we bought it. But along with that, you know, we're in this RV financially quite a bit. Like I said, I'm not going to get into my personals with it, but we did trade an RV in that we were upside down in a little bit, that we had bought during COVID, so it had some negative equity. And when we decided to sell, we had a Class A, we decided to sell and buy this one. We had to get out of that one, we had to roll some into this one. But even given that, RVs, I mean, I would say get what you like, because if you don't, you know, you're just going to be stuck with a high payment on something that you're not going to be able to use for a very long time. So if you love it, you better stick with it. So pick something you like, pick a floor plan you like, and just go with it. So what we've decided to do, what we've already done, as you can see behind me here, is we have currently remodeled the garage a little bit. We've added some curtains for some blackouts. We've added some tables here and stuff like that. And then we're going to show you some stuff that we're going to do to the living room. Okay, as I was saying, so we started doing some remodeling a while back. We made some changes to this RV already. Obviously, if you go back and look at some of my videos, we've edited some of those. Some of them were kind of not really good, so we got rid of those. But there's some videos showing some of the basement stuff that we've done. A lot of the interior remodels that we did in here, and I'll turn around so I can show you behind me. As you can see, we do still have up here the upper bed system for the Happy Jack. The bed's still in place, the bed is still functional. Our daughter does go with us, so we actually use this as for her bed. It's a very large bed, it's very comfortable, lots of room. What we did change here was, if you notice behind me here and over here, the couches are gone. I did a video of this. I think I put it out there. If I didn't forget, it's out there. But now you can see it, but in the upright position. It's got stuff all over it now because we're fixing to start some new stuff that I want to share with you. But we removed this couch that was here, and we bought these. These are butcher block countertops. They're about 1 inch thick, and they came already routed like this. They're smooth. They were sanded. The bottoms were a little rough, and then the top was a little smoother, so it's like they had like a top and a bottom. We stained them, and we turned them into usable workspace. I do work when I travel, you know, so I have to answer emails and stuff. So this gives me, you know, 2 places to work. We keep some, you know, dishes over here if you want to eat over there. Come back here and eat. Back here, we actually, you know, put up some curtains. I mean, that was just to kind of keep some of the daylight out. We found that this is when the ramp is down and we're using it like a patio. A lot of sunlight comes in here, so it really heats up this room, and it's already pretty inefficient as an RV, but especially with this back door, which we're going to do some video on that. I'm going to show you how we're going to make this better. It's not sealed real well. The door is very poorly sealed, so even when the door shuts in the middle, the rubber, how they got it designed, it's just not. With the amount of air conditioning that's in this RV, there's 3 15,000 BTUs on the roof, and so as they're conditioning the hot air to cool air, those of you know HVAC stuff or anything, it's got to have makeup air. So it's actually pulling the interior air up into the unit, taking it from hot to cold, and then conditioning it back out into the living space. So what it does here, it pulls all this hot air from the windows or any cracks around it and pulls it into the RV and takes the outside air, that's ambient air outside, it's 100 degrees if you're in the camping in the summer, and sucks it into the RV. So it's just constantly pulling in hot, warm air into the RV. So that's one of the things we're going to change. We're going to do a lot more better job of sealing up cracks, holes in the floor. We have found a lot of spaces in here doing some remodeling where they'll cut a giant hole, the size of your fist, for 2 little pipes, and there's no insulation, no spray foam, nothing to seal it up from insects or rodents or just air in general. So you just have all these huge open voids, and you're trying to keep this thing either warm in the wintertime or cool in the summertime, and it's just working itself to death. So we're going to, as we do these remodeling in this RV, we're going to make this thing to a whole nother level. And what I was saying, earlier was the cost of these RVs are so expensive. If you're going to buy a new RV, you better love the one you buy. And even if you know down the road it may be something you want to remodel, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of people out there, including ourselves, that are doing some of this stuff, and we're about to step it up to level 10 with this RV. We watch a lot of the videos out there. There's actually some people that are doing this for a living. They're remodeling RVs, because it's much cheaper to take an RV like a Riverstone, which is a good product. Like I said, a lot of good things go into it. The components, the steps, doors, appliances, how the frame's built, even though it's built by Lippert, and everybody has this whole fear of frames. I mean, we saw the factory walkthroughs. I've been inside here. There's nothing in the underside of this that is not well put together as far as frame. It's a big beefy frame, heavy duty frame, a lot of steel, a lot of weight. But there's not a lot of wood. Only the deck's wood. And even with the walls, all the walls of the Riverstone are aluminum framing. The roof trusses are aluminum framing. Even some of your claim to fame newer RVs, your Brinkleys, I think it's a good product. We spoke with Brinkley, we went to the RV show, talked to the owners. I think they got a good product. There's a lot of manufacturers have a lot of good product. My biggest fear is probably your biggest fear, water intrusion. So you get rot and stuff like that. These don't have that. Riverstone is a fully metal. I mean, now the interior walls, like behind me here, that go from one room to the next, they're made out of wood framing. I mean, it's a faux wall. It's just creating a gap between spaces. It's not necessarily structural, but everything like the roof and the sidewalls are. So there's just so much chance or less chance of a failure. So anyway, back to loving the RV and the cost of them. We decided to sell this RV, and we just were really sticker shocked at the numbers. This RV, when it was brand new in 2024, had an MSRP of like $225,000. Of course, you all know that if you've played the RV game, I think that's just a fluff number to tweak on the banks to get the lending, because I've never seen one of these sell for that high. Typically, they're in the 150s, 140s, and that's where this rig was. So we bought the rig, and we've had it for a little over a year. June of 2025 was 1 year we've owned this RV. And we decided to sell it because we just felt like the toy hauler, we weren't utilizing the toy hauler as most people would, going out and boondocking and RVing, four-wheeling and dirt bikes and motorcycles. I mean, we carry a golf cart and some bicycles. That's about it. So we made a decision to sell the RV. And we were really sticker shocked that when we went out to some dealerships, these RVs, this particular one, a brand new one right now, if you can find one, because like I said, the floor plan's discontinued, if you can find one with this paint color, a 2025 will put you around $180-something thousand from what I've seen on some of the dealerships that still have this model in their inventory. What I was shocked to find out was this particular unit, 2024 model, was a resale value from $150-something thousand when it was brand new in 2024. A year later, a resale value was only like the mid 140s. That's if you private sell it. And wholesale value, which was shocking, dealerships all across the country. I called every dealership, including the one we bought it from, and they know we've took care of it because they've done all the warranty work, so they've maintained it for us, or they've had it maintained for us down here. I was shocked when they offered us trade-in of like $90,000. So this unit went from mid 150s sale price in 2024 down to $90,000 in 1 year. It depreciated from a trade-in value. Now, like I said, private sale, you could probably get more for it. But, I mean, who would buy, I mean, why would you buy a used RV at 140 when you can finance them now for 20 years, and you can, because a used RV, they're hard to get financed, so you get stuck in them. So we're kind of stuck for now. I mean, not that that's a bad thing, because we do like the RV and we're going to make it better. So be careful what you do, careful what you buy. But I want you guys to watch these videos. This is going to be a very long series of videos. We just got back. We're in late July. We just got back from a big trip up in Wisconsin. Shout out to all the Wisconsin folks. Great place to be. Hospitality. Went to the EAA Air Show up in Oshkosh. Fantastic time. Saw a lot of neat stuff. They had some like 14,000 planes. I did some videos of that. Got a few photographs. I'll try to put those out there. Once I get them edited and put out, I'll show you that. But I really wanted to show you what we're going to do to this RV, because we don't have a trip planned again till our Christmas trip. And we've decided on this trip that we're just going to keep this RV. We do like it. It carries well. It just needs to be a better floor plan. So we're going to change the floor plan of this entire RV from a kitchen and living room perspective. The bathroom and bedroom on the top side work great. Lots of room, lots of storage, washer and dryers all up there. But this kitchen and living room is just, it's hard to do. I mean, it probably wouldn't be bad if it was 2 people in here. And even with 2 people, it's aggravating. I mean, as you can see, I'm standing in the kitchen / living room. And for a toy hauler, this is really not a bad layout. So as you can see behind me here, I may flip the camera around and show you a little more detail, but I'll try to do it back and forth. So this is the main entry door here. Large entry door, comes into the RV, and I'm going to spin you guys around, so let's just do this real quick. Alright, so here's the main entry door. Main entry door, you come in here, and immediately to your left is the television. So you come in here, you got a large TV here. This is a slide. This is a very large slide. This whole wall slides, so it's a 4-slide unit. You got 4-burner cooktop, convection microwave. You got storage here, some drawers here. This cabinet does open. I'll see if it's not locked. It does open and reveals a lot of storage back here, which we did remodel this already, and we added these shelves here to give us 3 more. So that we did change. And then of course you got your TV. You know, got a big giant large TV here. Fireplace here. You got storage up there. This is factory furniture that came in this unit. It is a recliner. It's not electric. It just has the little wire. You pull the string, the chairs flip out. This is one of those things that they cheaped out on. These are absolutely just the most uncomfortable things ever. We purchased these. So there were 2 of these in here. There was this set, and there was a set here with the armrest that matched the gray ones. We purchased these off Amazon. This is a Thomas Paine collection. Electric, heat, massage. These are way more comfortable for sitting and enjoying the television. Still puts you in the kitchen / living room. It's not a bad space. It's just when you're in here trying to cook and you're trying to make a plate or food, there's nowhere in here to really sit. And we kind of caused that. And I'll walk you back in here in a second, show you and how we caused it. So here's your residential refrigerator. There is storage above it. There's no other storage in here other than that. How we caused our lack of eating, which we kind of added. As you can see, we added it back with this. So we put that there so you can have some chairs. We got some fold-up chairs there that you can put here. When this unit was new, originally, in this space here, this window here actually has, it's like a televator. It actually lets down into the wall so you can pass food through from this space to here. When the unit was new, there was a bar top right here that would fold down. and they supply you from Riverstone with 2 bar stools. Well, us traveling with 3 people, we needed the extra space, so we put in a set of dresser drawers here and bolted it to the floor so we'd have some more space, and created this more of a flex space. So now it's a garage still, which you could still load a golf cart in here very easily, or motorcycle or whatever. It did not lessen the space, and it gave us some storage for our daughter to bring her personal items, clothing, and all the stuff she needs to bring. Here's the rear door. So anyway, that's kind of how we changed this space already, but was adding it, making it more of a bedroom feel. So with that, so we've decided, you know, obviously selling the RV is not going to be an option right now. Maybe down the road, once we do this remodel, I don't know that there'll ever be a reason to need to sell it or get rid of it unless there's an accident and, you know, tree falls on it or something, whoever, you know, some crazy that happens, whatever. You know, I don't ever see a reason to get rid of this RV once we make this change. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of copy some of the designs that we've seen in other RVs. So we're going to take this kitchen space, as you can see behind me. I'm going to turn around here, see if I can get the camera to go up or down here. If I can switch that focus. So right here, this is the chairs I mentioned earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip around the camera here, boom, right here, this island right here. We're going to move this island, which we've already upgraded with a new faucet. So we put in a residential faucet here, which works better than what came in from the factory. How we're going to change this space is we're going to take the couch and chair that's here. We're going to remove this couch and chair. We're going to remove this couch and chair. In this space here, we're going to make a desk, because like I said, I do work when I travel and I need a place to work. So we're going to put a desk in here with a chair, some drawer space, so we can have our computer set up here. So if we need to get on the internet and, you know, book another stay, or, you know, continue to plan our trip or whatever, we have a place to do it, and I have a place to continue to work and do what I need to do when I'm on the road. This space behind me right here is a huge space. Now I'll give you some idea. So sorry, the camera's all wonky. So from over here, this wall with the refrigerator ends will remain the same. We're not going to remove the refrigerator because that's just complicated. There's nowhere else to put it that doesn't take up space. From that wall here, all the way over to here, to this wall here, is approximately 68 inches. It's almost 6 foot of space here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this island out, and we're going to make this island fit in that space. So we're going to remove the electrical, the plumbing, the dishwasher, everything that's in this island right here, and we're going to move it to over here. And I'm going to turn you around and show you the island to give you some idea. So this island right here is going to be moved to this space over here. And these chairs in the living room are all going to go into the garage. The way we're going to do that is, because this RV does have some storage in it, it's not terrible storage, but it only has small cabinet, small cabinet, small cabinet. You got some stuff down below, and then on the front of the island, you've got, you know, you got a little soap drawer here that just kind of flips out. So flip it out. Then you got one cabinet here. You could put some, you know, kitchen appliance, you know, kitchen accessories in it, and then they made this little thing here. I don't know who has that little bit of trash on vacation, but I'm just going to let you know, you can put about 12-pack sodas in there, and that thing is full. There is a drawer down there. You can put pots and pans and things in there, and of course you got a dishwasher here. We're going to redo the island because this thing is absolutely garbage. That drawer it's never worked. It is not even screwed into structure of any kind. They literally put screws into the paneling, and the first trip it fell out and broke it, so we never used it. So the island's going to get moved over to this space over here. So this will be in the future where the sink is. So this will be a cabinet. This whole section will come over here. This all gets removed. The sink will be here, which will be phenomenal because now you'll be looking out the window. You'll be able to see outside into the yard or the campsite. this will be the new space for that. Then over here, we're going to remove this entire door. So this whole piece you see right here, actually, if I can zoom back out, sorry, oops, back up. This whole piece here swings completely out like a big door to access all of the stuff behind it. We're going to tear this completely out and relocate this entire wall into this garage space here. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear this wall down partially. We're going to remove this motorized window because we never use it. Take this out. We're going to put new paneling on the wall and move that, which you can see in the reflection on the other side. We're going to remove this entire wall where the window, the kitchen, television, and the fireplace is going to be mounted here to where it swings out like this. This wall right here is a giant wall. Can't really tell it from the picture, but this is about 50 inches, about 47 inches, maybe 46 inches. So it's more than enough to where if this wanted to open, you could open out to the side here and you could still have some storage in here, and it really wouldn't affect any of this storage. We don't want to lose this storage. It is difficult storage to use because even with me, as tall as I am, I'm 6'2", and I can't even hardly reach the, I mean, I can touch them, but I mean, I'm 6'2", and I can barely grab the handles. That's how high that storage is. I mean, I appreciate the storage, but my wife is much shorter than me. She's probably 5'2", and even for me to get stuff out as tall as I am, I still have to get a step stool to actually get in there and safely grab things that we have stored up here. So we're going to figure out a way to reuse this storage. Obviously, we're not going to tear it down because it's put in from the factory, it's bolted, it's secured well. We'll figure out how to make this better storage for, you know, less used items, if you will. And then we're going to try to focus on here in the kitchen, you know, these storage back over here. This will be more kind of anything that's up high like that needs to be less used items. You know, blankets, board games, electronics, you know, whatever, those devices and things like that for your cable television stuff, DVD players, whatever. That stuff you don't touch a lot. That's the kind of stuff that goes in these cabinets. This TV here, I don't know what to do with it yet. We're probably just going to box this in for now. All the electronics that you can see, I'm pointing back here in the TV in the back. All the electronics actually for the RV come in the floor here. So it's going to be a pretty challenging remodel. It's really going to be a pain in the butt, honestly. But I think it's going to be really, really awesome. We're going to make this whole RV really, really nice, including getting rid of this ridiculous light. That's the stupidest thing ever. They call it an infinity light. It's pretty cool, but we're going to put pendants in here. And this is just one of major RV renovations of this space. I mean, we're going to do mini splits. We're going to get rid of the units on the roof. We're going to put in a big giant solar package. We're going to change out, like I said, LG mini splits with the cassettes. So we're going to cut holes in the ceiling here, get rid of those roof mounted ACs that are so inefficient. They pull so many watts. So if you want a boondock or if you want to run a generator, I mean, we did boondock overnight and it really taxied the generator. I mean, we have a 5,000 watt generator on board. And it worked that thing pretty hard trying to run 2 ACs just overnight, especially when you're in the heat and it just constantly running, and then you're running appliances and fans at night and televisions and, you know, dishwashers. I mean, you have to figure out, okay, if I'm going to run a dishwasher, then I got to turn one of the units off. So there's going to be, when I tell you this is going to be a major remodel, a long series of remodels, because obviously, number one, it's a lot of work. Number two, it's going to be very expensive. And number three, we got to work it into our life. I mean, you know, life doesn't stop to do this. So anyway, I know this video was very long. I hope I got to cover a lot of things, but we really appreciate you guys watching. We haven't made a video in a long time, but this is going to be one that I think is going to be really fun for you guys to watch. And we really hope you guys will share this video. Like I said, it's a very long video, a lot of talking and probably a lot of circling the airport, but I wanted just to kind of tell you a lot of things of what we have planned, what we're trying to do, and our goals, that hopefully you can watch videos and get inspiration from us, because maybe you're like us. Maybe you got an RV that works really good or worked really good when you got it, and you've kind of fallen out of love with it for whatever reason. Maybe you don't feel like there's enough storage, or whatever your vice is. I mean, we've got them too. So we're going to get rid of those vices, and we're going to make it better. So thanks guys for watching this video. Like I said, I don't know how often we're going to post videos about this, because it's so much work with rewiring the RV to some extent. And that may be part of it. I didn't really talk about that part, but this RV is not wired really well. It's underwired in my opinion. So we may get into some of that as we do this. Like, storage tanks, the holding tanks are not secured well, so that may be some videos where we're pulling the tanks out and resecuring them. We may have some custom tanks built that fit that space. So this is really kind of opening up a Pandora's box, if you will. But we would love for you guys to come along, watch the videos. The biggest thing I would suggest is share this video, because this is going to be really fun to watch. I don't know that anybody's done a video like this that's going to showcase this much stuff that's being done. I mean, there's a lot of videos where you can like watch one little thing happen. Oh, we're going to move a cabinet, or we're going to put a mini split in, or we're going to do, we're going to paint, or we're going to put some desk in like we did, and we've done those. But this is going to be a long, drawn out series, probably several months in the making, if not over a year. Obviously with time and financials, what we can afford to do and when we can do it. So we really hope you guys will come back, watch these videos, and I'll try to do some other videos, little short ones in between. If I see something, I just want to bring it to your attention to show you what may be wrong with your RV. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I'd love to answer your questions. And if you see something that I'm doing wrong, or if you're a professional tradesman, I'm not a professional tradesman. I've bought and flipped houses for 20 years. It's not what I do for a living. So I do have a carpenter's belt and some tools. So I have a pretty good knowledge of how to do some of this work. But if any of you guys out there that are professionals, plumbers, electricians, RV technicians, if you see me doing something wrong, or say, if you notice something in the video in the background, please share your opinion. I would love to know things, because, it's all about knowledge is power, and I love learning new things. So if you catch me in a spot where I'm doing something wrong, or you see a way I could do it better, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. But please like the video, share this video. I know it's very long, extremely long video, but I want to just kind of make sure I'm getting the point across of what we're trying to do in this video, so that when we do the other videos you can see. But like the video, share the video, hit the notification bell. That's going to be your ticket, because like I said, videos are not going to post every week, because it's going to be so much work, and then we're trying to still live normal life and work 9 to 5 and do all the things we do in our personal lives. So I don't know how often videos are going to be posted, but I will be making content to post those. So if you hit that notification bell, you'll be the first to know a new video showed up or something's come up with this remodel. So thanks for watching this extremely long video. I do appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe to the channel, become a subscriber, hit the notification bell, share the video, like and comment, subscribe, notification, do all those things. I really appreciate you guys watching, and we're about to get started. So buckle up and let's get going.